Hey guys, Black Bart here, bringing you an update to the channel as well as a huge Wolcen update. And we'll get into why this has been so late here in just a second. Uh, Basically, an update for the channel here is I haven't stopped content. It's been a couple of really rough weeks at work and with my kiddo doing a lot of baseball practice, so was unable to bring a lot of stuff here to YouTube. I have a couple of other videos in the works, so you should see some more content on the channel here soon. Specifically, the part 3 for the ARPG comparison, as well as this video. So cool. Let's get into how things are going with Wolcen. We have a huge update here a few weeks ago now in reference to their plans as far as updates. Pretty big changes in mind for the direction of the game, so it's kind of things that we need to talk about. In the background here we have the awesome beta trailer, which is kind of a little tidbit into what their update is. Their update was basically saying that they're in September, so we got a big gap between the updates, but they are actually going to switch over from early alpha into beta, which means that multiplayer will be active, which is awesome, and a bunch of other things. Their other plan is also that they would like to have at least the first act done. I'm not sure how far progressed that is. Their roadmap is not very detailed as far as how much they have done towards that, but we'll see how it goes. Hopefully that does actually come out in September. I know those guys are working hard and they have a pretty big crew now. So I left this picture up here for just a second, but we're actually going to go back to the thread that it was on. You can see this is the group that they started with. And, well, not really started with. This is before. This is after they started, but it's still a pretty good amount after they started. And this is their crew now. So, and I know, like, at least, like, this, not these guys specifically, but a good chunk of these guys are just programmers. So, like, you don't need that many people doing artwork and stuff like that. You actually need a lot of people programming. And, yeah. Anyway. We'll scroll up here to two of the main points out of this, and it's that the not promises, but the expectations of being able to make their world open world isn't going to come to fruition in this game. It's just not going to happen. Now they do mention the environment will still allow random dungeon, optional random quests, and modifiers. So obviously the procedurally made maps are kind of obvious. That's part of an ARPG. But the open world idea just isn't going to happen at this point. And honestly, it was a pretty far-fetched thing for me anyway, so I wasn't really hanging my hat on that. Luckily, there are other systems in this game that are very well thought out and just make it to where I don't even care that there's not going to be an open world. The rotating camera. This is a big one. After checking our feedback, it seems the feature is not used by a lot of players and even considered quite confusing or disorienting. I, for one, use this a hell of a lot. I love the feature. I am very disappointed that this came. And I actually read this through top to bottom. So when I did, and I got to this section, I got really mad. Like, this is one of the things that set it apart from others. And I continued to read. Development of the game with a rotating camera forces you to make the view polished in 360 degrees, which adds substantial amount of work for a feature barely used. And I say barely used because I don't know. Again, through my experience and everybody else that I watched, any of the speedrunners, we all use this stuff So I don't know who they were polling, but if it gets us to where they get the content done within a good time, I guess I'll put up with it. But, and you'll see why here in a minute when we get down to the beta release video. Yeah, to us it means the time spent taking into consideration a rotating camera could be used as well on more interesting features for the community. And I hope what they're talking about is crafting, because crafting is hopefully not exactly like they said in Kickstarter, because it seems very, anyway, hopefully they can put their minds to it and come up with a very good crafting system. So anyway, as opposed to fixing the rotation, like having a recenter button or the map be not rotated with you, that kind of thing, they got rid of it. So anyway, let's get into the we're gonna skip down through these guys. Go ahead and go through this stuff and look at these pictures here. It's got a lot of good information in it. But we have the beta video here, which is not at the beginning. I'm going to play from the beginning. And I'm going to pause in certain sections because I want to actually talk about a few of these points here.
Achieved with CryEngine.
Awesome. Hold on a second. No, okay. I thought they went with the owl again. I'm not sure what that is. It looks like a winged thing. Anyway, they have a new beautiful water in here. Looking great. The first thing I have to say is this is a brand new character model. So for the people who are bitching about the male and female body models, it looks like they've been changed substantially. And you can see here, even though this is strange, it's on guy, it's showing a girl, but you can see there's 3 different body types. So instead of having the big, small, kind of puny, fat thing, they looked to go more towards just muscly, less muscly, and then size scale, which is okay with me. They kept the heels, and they kept the heels. So yeah, you have super beef head here. Anyway, let's keep moving through. Oh shit. So lightning effects. I do have to go back and look at this. So they changed the on-ground effects. They're much cleaner with the cold. They were messed up in the alpha, so you can see plenty of changes. Obviously, the maps look amazing. Here's where it gets interesting. Okay, here we go. So we got apocalyptic form. That's an awesome intro to it. But we have a few things here. So it looks like it shows a different kind of apocalyptic form here. I'm not sure what this would be. Stone feet. I'd imagine it's going to do something with some kind of, well, I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. This is probably a tanky type thing, but it's pretty damn awesome. I'm going to slow this down to 0.25 speed because it looks like there's a few of these that they show that they didn't actually put into the trailer as far as skills go. So there's these cool shoulders. I don't know if this is just showing the empty slots where they can go, but this is for your apocalyptic form. So you see these three slots. and then stone hands. Maybe this is the well, actually no, it'd be a because the idea was a third hand for another weapon. I don't know what those would be for, but pretty cool. And then they switch them over to fire hands, and then they switch this all the way over, and they show these wings. I don't know what these wings are for. Shadow, cool ass looking wings. And then boom, they switched wings. So those are two different sets of wings, two different sets of hands, and then the chest piece. So I'm not sure 100% where all those are going, but pretty badass. Each one of those has a different skill, and then they go through, and then this next portion, and actually, and we'll drop it back to normal here. Bring back on the sound, and we'll watch the rest because they actually showcase some of these skills that you can get out of. That's awesome. So after watching that video at the very end of that thread, I was a little less mad about the rotating screen. All right, now since this update, we've actually gotten another update, and this update is basically just telling us that multiplayer is on the way. They're programming the hell out of it. They're trying to get there. They showed us a new roadmap, which I'll put a link down in the description, but you can obviously find it here. And it goes to this roadmap. Okay, this roadmap is going to be, you can sign up, get a Trello thing, and over the course of the week, or excuse me, yeah, it's weekly. Weekly, they're going to update pictures in here based on what we vote on, as long as it's something that's not in that's complete. If it's planned, like this one, obviously these we can't see these right here, like the unique pets. Everybody, or unique items, unique pets and stuff. Everybody wants to see, but it's still planned, so it's not even. It's probably being worked on, but not to a stage where they can show anything. But yeah, you can go in here, you can vote up, and you can see some of the new cars that they've brought in. As they've brought in the new armor for mage, and then the level 1 to 20 sets, which we've already seen. But those are good. But those are actually, those are on the new character model. Yep, those are on the new male and female character models. So cool. And then there was a couple others back here. You can see this has been updated quite a lot. They had some, but I guess they deleted them off. But they're gonna keep this updated weekly, every Monday, I want to say, around 2:30 in the morning Central Time. So it's whatever. It's probably Sunday night in France. So no, it's Monday day. Okay. And then as well in here you have a picture of the breakdown of their work area, and then this last little tidbit. Oh, I didn't know that was a GIF. You can see a couple little things here. So this is your pet window, where you can pick your pet. I don't know, obviously they don't have anything yet. Sell inventory, release pet, dismiss, but a loot filter as well. So they are working on all this stuff here, which is pretty awesome. So good stuff coming out of Wolcen. I feel terrible that I have to wait until September to play it again. I'll probably dabble here and there, but I don't want to burn myself out. I want to see all the new stuff. I want to get out of the frame of mind of the rotating screen. I will start streaming this again here pretty soon, and I may like pop in once every couple weeks or so and play this, but I really want to wait until September when because everything's going to change, honestly, without being able to rotate screen and the new map and all that stuff. So I'm really looking forward to all that, and wanted to make sure you guys knew that I'm not giving up on Wolcen. It is still my #1. But I'll be streaming other stuff, and I'll try to bring up videos on other things here on the channel as well, whatever I'm playing at the time. So recently it's going to be Incursion, because it really looks like a good Path of Exile release based on the stuff that I've seen. They're doing some really cool stuff, so I'm excited there. I hope to catch you guys a little later. Feel free to hop out to my Twitch, give me some trouble over there, and I'll see you guys in a later video. Bye.